Hey everybody, I am Erica Carlson with BRIX Real Estate. Thank you for joining me here on my program called iHeartMinneapolisHomes.com, MPLS. It's actually the name of my website. I'd love for you to check it out if you're looking to start your home search, or if you're selling a house and you kind of want to get an idea of what it might be priced for. Just take it with a grain of salt that whatever website you use, it's still a computer program. It's not a real human checking out the condition, etc. So today we're going to talk about how many houses we should see before we actually make a real offer on it. And I think that this is a very valuable conversation because, long and short of it, there's probably no right or wrong answer. We've met people who were able to make a decision after seeing one house. We've met people who've looked at dozens and still don't feel like any of them are quite the right fit. I think there's logic behind all of those things that are happening. And I think if you just stick with me for one more minute, I can explain why that's probably happening, like psychologically for some people easier and then harder for other people. So let's break it down into like 3 shopping categories, and maybe you'll like see yourself in one of these types of people. Maybe you won't. Maybe you're kind of like a combination. No right or wrong here for sure. So these 3 buyers, there's the research ready buyer, right? This is the type of person who is going to spend a lot of time doing extensive research behind the scenes, right? They might even be driving by the house. They're extensively looking at it online. They're learning about the area they want to live in. And so all of that is happening behind the scenes, right? They might not be including their real estate agent in it. And I think that's oftentimes like the people that we meet that we show one house to, and then they go for it. It's not that they're settling. It's that research was done well before somebody like myself was brought into the picture. And so they don't need to physically see all of these homes in person to get an idea of what they actually want in real time. Okay, so they're just somebody who's really in tune with what they're shopping for, and then matches it, I suppose, in the timing. Then there's what I'm going to call the shopper buyer. This might be the researcher's opposite, right? This is a person that really needs to get physically out there in the marketplace and start getting their head around their wants and needs. They might like have a basic idea of what they're shopping for, but until they're like really out there physically in a house, they might realize they like a particular style, or they might realize they have a deal breaker they didn't realize they had until they saw it. So these people are going to look at houses much more extensively in person, and then maybe even having like a little bit of a hard time filtering them online because they're just, there is kind of a discrepancy between what we're seeing in a 2D flat environment and then like a real world 3D environment. And then I have what's called the focus buyer. This person, let me start with this. Like there's a statistic I wanted to share with you, and I'm stuttering for some reason. So the National Board of Realtors has a statistic that says it takes on average 10 houses and 10 weeks for people to settle on a home. But of course that's averages, right? So that doesn't mean that's you or a necessity that it's going to take 10 houses to find that one, right? I do want you to let go of your idea of the HGTV thing, right? Where I think a lot of those TV shows, they take you out and they show you 3 and you're supposed to pick one. We're not actually living in House Hunters. Keep in mind that's Hollywood. So a part of those averages are coming from is like how deep did the real estate agent get with you on those particular questions so that they knew what to focus on, and I would say those are Hollywood shows. But again, if your real estate agent is a part of the process, we can kind of expedite some of these things. So I would say like that kind of in that middle ground, right? We have go see 5, go explore 5. That's what we call it at BRIX. We go do an exploratory search with like really no expectations. They might not even exactly be in your budget. We go see 5 different parts of the Twin Cities, maybe different style of houses, different subdivisions, and you can figure out what the criteria you're really shopping for is. And then from there, the exploratory part does end, and then like the real shopping begins. And so you don't want that exploratory thing going on for 60 houses, right? About 5 houses is a normal range for a true exploratory day out. Again, no expectations to write an offer or to put any expectations on yourself that you have to find the one. It's just truly like getting a handle of like what your wants and needs are. And then you get out there and you realize, I want a more private backyard, or this is too far from work, or I don't know, whatever the particular things are. And now when that house pops up on your search criteria in, whether it's the MLS, Zillow, whatever you're using, hopefully the MLS, which we now call One Home, by the way. That's the way it'll look to you as a consumer. It's still the MLS. Then now we jump on it because something that matched all your criteria, matches up. So do you see where you fit on this? Which type of buyer you are? Feel free to share it in the comments below. You definitely don't have to. Again, no rights or wrongs here. There is a way to like make the process take a really long time and feel a little bit more painful depending on your approach. Like that again should be the job of a good real estate agent, is to take away some of that pressure and whatnot for you. So if you're ready, it's time to hire a buyer's agent and put things into motion to get you really figuring out what you're shopping for. And don't be afraid to ask for that exploratory tour. Whether it's me or somebody else, we're happy to help. So let me know how I can help you, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me today.